Over this past week, Jimmy Butler has officially been announced as out for the season with the torn ACL, and that pretty much, in a lot of people's eyes, is taking the Warriors out of any sort of threatening position. Because with Steph and Jimmy playing together, they are 48-12 or 42-18, one of those records, and they're very good together. They have worked very well together since they've came together, and a lot of our losses this season have been with one of those two out. So just seeing this happen as we're starting, get in the stride a little bit. We started winning a few games, and then we just had our most recent game against Toronto, and we're seeing the same struggles we had before the Jimmy trade, where everyone's just zoned in on Steph, and there's nothing anybody else can really do. And Emmanuel quickly shoots 80% from the field and drops 40 points on us. Where do we go from here? That is my biggest question. I've seen a lot of things from the woodwork, like, are we going to trade Kuminga? He demanded a trade, and then Mike Dunleavy came out and said that there's no demand for him, which also begs the question, why would we re-sign him then if we didn't see any outlet where there would be any sort of value for him? And also not understanding we had offers for him during the offseason that would have gotten our team in a better position, but we declined them because we thought he would be able to prove more during the season. And now he's coming off of 16 DNPs, I believe, a good amount of DNPs, and then in his first game back he drops 20 and 21 minutes, which is impressive, but at the end of the day it's not winning basketball because we still lost. We looked like ass. So I don't know what we do from here. I saw a lot of people saying we should trade for MPJ. I like that. I think MPJ has shown a lot this season. He's shown that he can take on a bigger role and be efficient. So I really like that. But the real question is, what are we trading? Are we going to trade Jimmy Butler because he's at the age of 37, 38, where he's already how old is, I don't think Jimmy's 37. I'm tripping. But he's older for sure. He's only 34 maybe. But man, I love Jimmy as a player. He's a great player. I enjoy him on my team. He's 36. Damn, he's older than I thought. Okay, so when he comes back, he's going to be either 37 or 38. There's a good possibility he's around that age range, which is the moves that this front office has made since it coming to fruition in I think 2023. I believe it was. I believe their first move was the Jordan Poole trade, has been so nasty and disgusting and just horrible, to the point where I can't even really I can't explain how bothersome it is to me that we have done nothing of real substance or growth throughout these times. Curry is heading into his 30s. He's 37 years old. He's heading into his 17th season in the league, probably even more. And he's continuing to show you that he can still play at a high level. Damn it, he's a fucking all-star starter this year. But no, we are going to stick it out with this mediocre team without making any moves. We're faking that we have interest in Michael Porter Jr. I saw that it said that the Warriors never really offer anything substantial, which is then why are we even talking to them, Mike Dunleavy? If you don't want to actually offer something substantial, why are we talking to them? The Lauri Markkanen stuff has been going around for 3 years. Lauri's having an insane season. It is the perfect, not insane, I'm not saying he's having an insane season, but he looks like the perfect counterpart to our offense. And for some reason, we have some sort of agenda to not go for him. It is such a weird thing. I have no problem. I love the Jimmy trade. I think we got the upper hand of the Jimmy trade. It's just unfortunate what has happened with this injury. And I really do hope he comes back at the same level, but I really doubt it because it's going to be 37, 38, like I just said. So we really have to look to the future. I saw a lot of people saying, not a lot of people. I saw KOT4Q Kenny. I saw him mention this Bulls trade. I don't want to give up picks to get Vucevic. All due respect, I think Vucevic would be a great addition to our team. He's just also old as dirt, and he's also kind of a bigger contract. But we have to trade Jimmy in this instance. I don't like it. I really don't. I really don't know what direction to go in. I really do but in all sincerity though, Michael Porter Jr. should be the initial package that we get because he fits so well with what this team wants to do, and we also should have the amount of draft capital and contracts in general to be able to make that work. It's just that we have to show that we're willing to do this shit. And we haven't seemed willing to do shit since Mike Dunleavy has been in an office. Like, the Jimmy Butler stuff was so just like in his face. It was like, there's no way he can't get this. He has to go out there and make his own package up where he's like, oh, okay, yeah, I can do this, and it has to be substantially good for both sides, to the point where we're back to being contenders, and the team that we're trading with is actually happy with the package they're getting without us giving up anything, which I understand it is a hard thing to do, but at the end of the day, we have a big asset that you guys are just continuing to depreciate in Jonathan Kuminga. He is an extremely skilled offensive player. He is a raw offensive player because we don't give him reps and he doesn't have a bigger role, but he is an extremely skilled player. But every time we have to hear him demand a trade, or every time we hear the coach say he's not ready, or we hear players talk about him, or they try to like defame how he is in the media, or how he's talking about there's no demand, that's what ends up happening. Nobody's calling you with any substantial offers if you continue to depreciate the asset, and that's what you've done. Shout out to Kuminga. I don't mean to make him seem like he was just like a trade piece. He's a good player. I really did like him coming out of the G League Ignite, but he hasn't panned out for us, obviously, because he never is going to have that platform that he wants next to Stephen Curry. And if we want to really expand what we're doing with Stephen Curry, then we should trade him, to be honest. And I've been saying that with a lot of our draft picks of the past. I remember we had the second round pick in I believe it was 2020. I wanted us to trade that pick for anything that was available, because Stephen Curry is not going to be around long enough to see that second pick come to fruition, or at least fit into the way that we want him to, especially for who we wanted to get with James Wiseman, considering how raw he was as a player. And I know a lot of people were saying, oh, James Wiseman didn't pan out, he's a bust, but he did deal with a lot of injuries. He was pretty good in those first few games that he played for us. So, like, I could see the bust argument, but also it's hard for me to call somebody a bust when they deal with so many injuries in their career. He like tore his ACL last season. He still has so much injury history, but I really wanted him to pan out for us. But also, we should have just traded for a big, or traded for another guard, traded for a forward, traded for anything of value during that time period. But I just want to come to y'all with a quick video about how I feel about the Warriors, their current situation. Jimmy Butler, get well soon. At the end of the day, this is not anything about the Warriors. For you, it should be 100% about your health and how you come back into this NBA how you come back to the NBA in general. Because coming back at 37 from an ACL injury is genuinely unheard of in this league so far. So, like, I really want to see how you do with that. Great player. I love what you've done for my team. You and Curry, amazing to watch. You're probably a top you're a top 3 duo that Curry has ever had. KD, Clay, you. Genuinely. Because the type of basketball I see when they're both on the court together is, bar none, some of the best that we've had in the last 5 years. But yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. I just wanted to rant real quick, and peace.